Some armies conquered land, others conquered history itself. From unstoppable legions to lightning-fast warriors. These are the 11 most feared armies the world has ever seen. The backbone of the Roman Empire was the Roman Legion. What began as ordinary citizens defending their homeland evolved into a professional war machine built on discipline, precision, and unity. On the battlefield, they moved like a single organism, adapting, building, conquering. And with every campaign, Rome didn't just win battles, it expanded across continents and reshaped the ancient world. The engine of the Mongol Empire was the unstoppable Mongol horde, forged by Genghis Khan. What started as scattered nomadic tribes became a lightning-fast force of horsemen who struck without warning. Masters of speed, deception, and fear, they overwhelmed entire civilizations, spreading terror from Asia to Europe and building the largest land empire in history. The strength of Sparta was its warriors. From childhood, Spartans were shaped into soldiers, trained to endure pain, fear nothing, and never retreat. On the battlefield, their shield wall became a symbol of unity and defiance, allowing a small force to stand against overwhelming odds and dominate Greek warfare. The power behind the Han dynasty was its massive and organized army. Rising after a period of chaos, it combined advanced weapons like crossbows with disciplined formations. With this strength, they pushed outward, securing trade routes, expanding influence, and turning China into one of the greatest empires of the ancient world. The symbol of dominance in the Achaemenid Empire was the legendary Immortals. Always 10,000 strong, never weakening, they were both a royal guard and a battlefield force. Blending archery with close combat, they helped Persia stretch its power from Egypt to India. The driving force behind the early Islamic expansion was its army, united under Prophet Muhammad and carried forward by determined leaders. What began in the deserts of Arabia quickly became a disciplined and highly mobile force. In a matter of decades, they confronted two superpowers, the Byzantine Empire and the Sasanian Empire, defeating them in decisive battles and rapidly expanding across the Middle East, North Africa, and beyond. The terror of early medieval Europe came from the Vikings. What began as seafaring communities turned into fierce raiders who mastered the oceans. Striking without warning, they moved with speed and brutality, leaving fear in their wake as they pushed into England, France, and beyond. The survival of the Byzantine Empire depended on its army. Inheriting the legacy of Rome, they faced constant threats, but adapted through strategy, intelligence, and innovation. With weapons like Greek fire and clever tactics, they outlasted enemies that seemed far stronger. The rise of the Ottoman Empire was driven by its elite force, the Janissaries. Taken young and trained into absolute loyalty, they became one of the most disciplined armies of their time. Among the first to master gunpowder warfare, they played a key role in expanding the empire deep into Europe and the Middle East. The soul of feudal Japan was the samurai. Bound by honor and mastery, they were more than soldiers. They were a warrior class. Through skill, discipline, and unwavering loyalty, they shaped the balance of power in Japan for centuries. The power of medieval Europe rested on its knights. Born from a system of loyalty and land, these heavily armored warriors dominated battlefields from horseback. Their sheer force could shatter enemy lines, carrying their influence into wars across Europe and the Crusades in the Middle East. Different lands, different beliefs, different weapons. But every one of these armies changed the course of history. Now the question is, who was the most feared of them all? If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more history content like this. And I want to hear from you. Who do you think was the most feared army of them all? Drop it in the comments.